Collective. Okay, so this message is probably not going to be for the majority of you. Might be for a select few. Shoot, it might be for a bunch of y'all. I don't know. Let me know how this message resonates with y'all. But y'all can see by the title. Have you been feeling like this? Well, I'm sure you've been, if you felt like this, if you click on the city, you probably felt like this most of your life, obviously, right? But I don't know, like, I say it jokingly, but then I also don't say it jokingly. Like, I say it so seriously. And I used to say this a lot, like, especially when I was younger. And, I was in trouble a lot. I used to scream and yell, and I used to believe this with my heart. I would tell my parents that, like, I was adopted. Like, I feel like I was adopted at birth. I mean, they would say, oh, yeah, whatever. Do you think if you were adopted, I would have kept you? Like, you would have been gone. They talk all that stuff. But seriously, like, deep down inside, like, I've always felt something off. Like, there was always this disconnect with my family. And what's so crazy is I remember this from an early age, like from the time that I could remember feeling and hearing, like from the time that I could remember my senses or physical senses, right? Touch, taste, hear, sight, touch, whatever. So, yeah, I was like about 3, whenever I realized, like, whoa, my family don't like me. And you're probably thinking, like, well, how 3? How could you listen? The way that your body works, like when you go through something traumatic, your body will remember that. It don't matter how young you are. And things might resurface later down in life, but like I remember feeling left out and feeling less than and feeling unloved by my family by the age of 3. Like, I remember my parents having a conversation talking shit about me and what I'm doing at 3 years old. They didn't like how I was expressing myself. They didn't like how I was talking and speaking and acting and showing up in the world. They were disappointed by that. So they were turned off by me from a very young age. So it's just like throughout my life, I've always felt this disconnect, and I remember very early on in my younger days, like, I just was a bright light, and I just loved to be happy and I loved to sing and dress. I used to love dressing up in my mom's clothes. That was a problem. Like, my feminine energy was so magnetic and radiant. Like, I just remember just being free in this feminine energy. Like, even when I was outside, I would like run through the woods and just sing and just allow the wind to just flow and flow with the wind. Like, I was so free. But like, every time I would experience things with my family, it was so dark and demented. And my father and my parents, like, they hated my spirit for me being so free and just open. I wasn't your typical average boy, and I certainly wasn't doing or interested in anything that the boys were interested in. So I've always been a problem for my family, and I've always felt out of place. And I always felt like they were always reprimanding me and scolding me and trying to correct me for just me being naturally me. Like, who else feels like this out there, collective? Like, do you feel like there was this disconnect? Like, and then you'll see the connection within your family, because the dynamic between your other siblings and your parents, it flows effortlessly. It flows with ease. It's more, you know what I'm saying? And you were probably the one who, like, were left out of a lot of things in your family, you know what I'm saying? And treated as less than. And you weren't the ideal sibling at all. Like, you had other siblings who were the golden children, the golden girl, the golden boy, that your family, your parents idolized. And they wanted every child to model after this specific sibling. It wasn't you, collective. You were the one that was the outcast, right? You were the one who felt like you didn't belong. You were the one who felt left out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember whenever, I remember when I was younger, like when we used to have to get ready for school, like, both of my parents, they were already out the house and they left like the older siblings to make sure, the younger siblings got on their way and got to school and stuff. So I remember this one morning where I was still in bed and everybody else was up. My other sibling, my older brother, my brothers, sisters, everybody was up and they were in the dining room eating breakfast. And like, I think I was starting to wake up and I overheard them because they were like loud and stuff. So I started to wake up and I overheard my older brother saying, "Oh, let's hurry up and eat up all the cereal so that, collective, he doesn't get anything." And this is the mind games that they would play. And that was just one instance that I remember. And I woke up and I overheard them plotting to, like, you know what I'm saying, make sure I didn't get nothing to eat. So it's just weird because this dynamic within the siblings was cultivated based off of how my parents treated me. So because my parents showed this dislike and this disgust for me, that automatically was adopted by the other siblings so that they wouldn't get the same treatment as me, right? So it was like everybody against me, little old me. And this translated throughout my life to when we got older, and we would get into arguments or have disappointments. When arguments got heated and when things got to almost a fist fight level, again, it was always me on the outs with everyone else. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm the one looked at as the problem. I'm the one that looked at as crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like I realized, like, wait a minute. Every time I would distance myself from them, here they come trying to get back in my good graces or trying to figure out what I'm doing or trying to keep up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like after so long, I realized, I had this realization like, whoa, they need me more than I need them because I'm the one with the pure heart showing them love and they just keep backstabbing me. So it got to a point where, like, I realized, oh, okay, so it's me. I'm really not the problem, but they're making it seem like I'm the problem. Because if I could remove myself from them and I'm still okay and I'm still thriving, then how am I the issue? And collective, you probably even dealt with this too. Like, you figured this out for yourself. Like, wait a minute, I've removed myself from the equation that they said I was the problem from because you got tired and fed up of being blamed for things that had nothing to do with you. You got tired of being the scapegoat. So you got fed up with that collective. You said, all right, I'm removing myself from the equation. You removed yourself from the equation and you see that they're still dealing with the same old problems. So you realize you were never the problem. You were the one that they just wanted to put all the blame on because they didn't want to hold themselves accountable. They lack accountability, collective, your family. So now that you removed yourself and you see that they're still struggling and failing and yearning for yourself, this is how you started to realize and come up with, like, wait a minute. This is how you know you must have been switched at birth. Something must have happened because there's no way that you are not like the rest of your family members. Like, it's years later. Some of y'all look completely different, look way younger. Y'all live different lives. Y'all think differently, move differently, act differently. Like, some of y'all don't even interact with your family. You know what I'm saying? Because of all of the things that they put you through in the past. And if you're like me, collective, right now, you kind of feel like alone a little bit in the world because it's like, damn, you've done all of this healing and you've done all of this growing and worked on yourself so much, but you don't want to go back to that old nonsense and that mess because them family members, they're still toxic. They're still draining. They didn't change. They're still stuck in their ways. So it's like you don't want to go back. And then it's like you look at them so different. Like you're such a different person. Like how would you even go back? Where would the conversation even start? You're not somebody who can tolerate fake and phony. You don't like small talk. You cut right to the chase of what the issue is and you address the issues face head on. So you're not somebody who plays with people who've already played in your energy and you cut them off. You know what I'm saying? Like the only way that you're going to deal with them is if they come to you with head on, like cut all that small talk out, all of the extra. They come face head on and face you with the truth, but they're not ready for that. So you're in this awkward stage, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even, like, it's been a while since you've dealt with your old family. And it's like, you don't know because, like, you don't have, like, you feel like there is a family out there for you, but you don't know where it is. And you know it's not the family you've been dealing with, because if that was the case, the fuck, you wouldn't be feeling like this. You know what I'm saying? So, and like now you don't even feel guilty for keeping away from that old family, because it's like they don't serve you no good, collective. Every time you removed yourself and went back, you were still subject to some drama or hidden envy and jealousy, and they still keep showing you that they don't really fuck with you. So you're done with them for good. But it's like, I don't know. For a fact, like, these people were not your family. Like, y'all might resemble each other and look like each other because you grew up with them, but like, y'all don't have the same values and goals and morals. Like, these people are truly disgusting and nasty and just bitter and angry and upset at life. You know what I'm saying? And here you are, joyous and uplifting and encouraging, but being around them, they're draining. You guys are not like each other at all. And so I just hate, like, this is just a weird stage in your life, because it's like, damn, you really want to meet real family, people that you can call family, because you've grown into this new person and you embody a new spirit. You are not like your family at all. You were never like your family, but see, because you were conditioned through childhood and out your life by them, they made you more like them. But then once you removed yourself from them and unmasked all of that fuckery and got back to the core of who you truly are, now you're back to who you truly are. As you were when you were a kid, y'all were not the same. Y'all energies is not a match. So I feel like maybe if y'all even do a maternity test, they might not even show up as your parents. It might be somebody completely differently. I don't know. I never tried, but I feel like just spiritually and deep down, I know for a fact that my real family is out there somewhere. That, like, I feel like some shady shit happened. People run their mouths, talk, expose their plans, and now motherfuckers is running behind the scenes, plotting and planning. And I don't care if this is a crazy conspiracy, but I'm sure that people were dibbling and dabbling and doing things behind the scenes. So it's not far-fetched that people's babies could be switched at birth. I know that y'all seen some news stories of people stealing babies out of the hospital. So it's not far-fetched that you might play with people's families by switching babies, you know? Like, because them miserable demonic beings that I was raised by, there's no way in hell that these were my kinfolk. They did everything in their power to stop me and destroy me and keep me away from prosperity and peace. How did y'all try to hold me back from my happiness and my greatness that I felt that was in me? Parents are supposed to cultivate and nurture you and bring that out of you. So they were not my parents because they didn't cultivate and bring that. They actually drained me and condemned me and confused me and broke me down even more. They did the opposite. So clearly they were a part of the enemy's plan. They weren't my real parents. I know I had to be switched at birth. Somebody else out here feels me. I know I can't be the only one who feels like this. If you feel like this, let me know down in the comments below. What is your story? Because I know that people probably think, oh yeah, you're delusional, you're crazy. No, there's no way. No, there is a way. There's many ways. I know manipulation. So you're not going to gaslit me, and you're not going to make it seem like I'm making things up, because no, I know what the fuck be going on behind scenes. So, therefore, let me know down in the comments below if you feel me and you understand what I'm talking about, because I know that there are other people who feel like they don't belong to their family, and they were pressured into sticking around these nasty, insecure, bitter, rude people just because they're family. No, fuck all of that. Family is who values me and respects me as a person. I don't give a fuck about what I grew up in and biologically. No. If you're treating me like trash, you're not my family. So fuck off and and go on, be gone. Like, so if this is you, let me know, because I promise you, I feel like, yeah, there were a few of us that were switched. We were not in the right families, and this threw us off of our life purpose. Like, it's just wild. The world is really crazy. The truth is far stranger than fiction, I promise you. If this is your first time here on my channel, make sure you subscribe. I would love to have you a part of our tribe, okay? If you're returning, thank y'all for continuing to support me, comment on my videos, show me love. Let's keep growing, let's keep flowing, okay, guys? Love y'all so much. Thank y'all. It's Karkar. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm signing out.